Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing the new skill that Jagex has just announced. Jagex announced that Necromancy will be coming to RuneScape. Now, they announced this during their stream at the end. They didn't give any details, but we're going to be discussing what we know so far and talking about Necromancy and talking about if it can live up to the hype of Archaeology, the last new skill that was released into RuneScape. If you like content like this, 70% of you aren't subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and let's get into this. So yes, Jagex just announced the new skill Necromancy, and this is the teaser that they played on the stream, so here you can see it now. Now, I don't know about you, but I am beyond excited for this. What we do know so far is that Necromancy won't be locked behind much because they want all players to be able to access it, which is in line with Archaeology. They did say that the next update will be January 9th and that they will talk more about Necromancy when they start giving updates, and they'll probably have a stream talking all about it, but they wanted to leave us for the next month with the announcement of Necromancy. I am so excited. We're going to talk about what I think is the potential for this skill, but to know about this skill, we kind of have to look back at sort of the last skill that came into the game, which is Archaeology, and is Necromancy really going to live up to the hype of Archaeology? So previously in 2020, we had RuneScape's first skill release in many years, which was Archaeology. Now, Archaeology was released during a very interesting time. We had the start of the pandemic and lockdowns, meaning many players were stuck in their homes with absolutely nothing to do. This led to a dramatic, and I mean dramatic, peak in players and everyone getting back on RuneScape to play and check out the new skill, and it was just a huge, big event. Archaeology actually influenced me making RuneScape 3 videos, and I know it influenced a lot of other YouTubers that you now know. It was really the only reason I started making videos at all, but what made Archaeology so great, and can another skill really live up to that? In terms of player count, we desperately do need a big update to bring old and new players back into the game and get people excited about the game again, and a new skill really does exactly that. Now, what made Archaeology great? Well, the things that made Archaeology great were, for me, all of the content that came with it. When a new skill comes out, you can be like, oh, the new skill's cool, new training methods, new, resources, stuff like that you can get from the skill. But Archaeology had the most depth that I've ever seen in a RuneScape skill, starting from just the mysteries. There were so many areas to explore and so many mysteries to uncover, and these mysteries led to more content, different content, new content. So not only did you have the core of the skill with, getting resources, restoring relics and stuff, you also had the mystery side where it created hype around players trying to figure out these mysteries. It was like little mini quests. They weren't quests. They weren't like, I know a lot of you don't like quests and you find them annoying, but to me, mysteries were sort of like a mini quest that would unlock stuff that actually fit the theme perfectly. I remember a lot of the speculation behind different Archaeology things. Like there was a little trap door that said like unreleased content, and people were speculating, could we eventually open that door and there could be a boss? There was a ton of hype around this, but you also had mysteries that kind of went to different areas. So for instance, uncovering the Dag and Bai mystery and doing that, you could unlock Ancient Summoning, which that alone was a huge update as it brought in the Ripper Demon, the Hellhound, the Blood Reaver, which kind of shaped the PvM meta. So that small little part, that small little mystery added a whole new set of familiars and changed the PvM meta completely. Not only did you have that, but you had so many different relics that changed skilling, that changed clue scrolls, that changed bossing. All these things just from Archaeology just influenced so many other things, and not even to mention you had something like the Tetra Compass, which I remember during release that was So hyped. People were so excited to see what the Tetra Compass was, what you could get from it, how you could do it. And that was like a little mini clue scroll in there that you could get. And you could eventually get a hero item, Tony's Matic, which was something else added with Archaeology. The depth is just unreal, whether it's the mysteries, the relics. That's not even touching the core training of the skill. Something else about Archaeology, it also released Ancient Invention. I mean, these are huge things that have affected PVM dramatically, and these all came from mysteries or little things in Archaeology, not even relating to digging up and restoring relics. Ancient Invention is a very complex thing that came out for, so many new perks and so many new things, and it's all just related back to this one skill. So not only did Archaeology come out with a vast amount of content, it also had all those secrets to uncover, and I think that is one of the keys that made the skill so well received is, you always felt like there was something new to discover. There was hype around it. I would talk to my friends and, they would be like, oh, I discovered this. Oh, I found this. Oh, did you hear about this? And it was just so exciting, feeling like the whole skill was kind of like interactive and we were all in it together trying to figure out all these mysteries and stuff. Archaeology came out, but afterwards there were new dig sites released. There was new stuff released with Archaeology that essentially added on to what we currently have. And the ability to do that, I think, is huge. I think it took a month or two for somebody to get 120 with Archaeology. But then after that, it kind of slows down, and having the ability to add that new content in is also, going to be vital to the success of this new skill and seeing if it can live up to what a great release Archaeology was. So the main things that I think needs to be done with Necromancy to make it live up to the hype and the absolute excellence that was Archaeology is, first, they need to make it so the skill has a lot of secrets and mysteries to uncover. This is the main thing that made Archaeology so hyped to me, is just having all this content that everyone was discovering together. If they can implement this with Necromancy, which I feel like they can, because Necromancy has been talked about a long time, going back years, about people wanting it to be in RuneScape 3, and I think they can add mysterious elements because it kind of fits that. It's not like something like woodcutting where it would be hard to add mysterious, elements, but when you think of Necromancy, you think you can like decipher things. There's probably different spells and potions and crazy things like that. So I think they're going to have, basically the whole world to do with this. They can add herblore, they can add summoning, they can add so many different things to intertwine with Necromancy, which I think fits that mold of Archaeology, and I think totally makes it so Necromancy can at least live up to the hype of Archaeology. Now, something else that is great that they said is that Necromancy can actually be, all players can go and try it, is what they said earlier in the stream, that they don't want to lock the skill behind something super hard. So like Archaeology, you could go there like on a level 3, complete the tutorial and get started. And I think that's going to be the same thing here with Necromancy, which is just great for getting new players into the game and, having everybody be able to access it. So do I think Necromancy can live up to Archaeology? I think it 100% can. I think it could be even better than Archaeology. I think it could influence almost all the skills in the game and have a ton of content. So I am super hopeful and happy for the future of RuneScape and just so excited to make videos on this, play this, and just get started with Necromancy.